Hello everyone, this is Adrian from Astrophoto Bobcat. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I put up a video. Seems that doing YouTube videos is not that easy as it seems. But finally, we got something today. I have over 100 hours of monochrome data on one of my favorites, my favorite targets, which is the Horsehead Nebula. And to be more precise, it's about 108 hours hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur captured with my monochrome camera and my Orion telescope, and it took a very long time to do that. I would say probably about 10 months of gathering data, and it can be a little bit challenging, but I finally did it. I'm very happy about it, and I'm gonna show you the final image and the processing to get to the final image in this video, so stay tuned. Okay, so here we are in PixInsight. I already combined the images. I just don't want to stay to the whole process. I'm gonna show you what I did very shortly, so I think that's gonna be a little bit better. So we do have the hydrogen alpha. This is the 43 hours of data. It looks very, very good. I'm very happy with the way it came out. Hydrogen, to be fair, always looks amazing. And then we do have the sulfur, which looks as well very good. We do have 27 hours. And of course the oxygen, which is in my opinion the most challenging out of all of them. What I did over here, I did DBE, which is dynamic background extraction on this channel on oxygen. And the reason why I did that I'm going to show you in a second right here. If you do stretch it, as you can see over here, it's a little bit from the flats. As you can see, I do have some spots over here that are very nasty, and I'm sure these are the flats. However, also is from the fact that the light pollution is unforgiving in New York. And when the Horsehead, when the Orion Nebula goes on the west and it goes towards, you know, Manhattan, basically, all this light is hitting the telescope, and it's been happening a lot of times, but especially in the oxygen channel, that is the most prone to become a problem. And I'm learning my lesson, and I'm always trying to use the oxygen to gather oxygen when the targets are all the way up in the sky, so like that we avoid these kind of situations. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but anyhow, this is not that bad. And you can see after I combine the image over here, this doesn't look bad at all. I'm actually very happy about it. And what I'm going to do over here, just stretch it a little bit more, and I will use the curve transformation tool, and this usually helps a lot with the luminance. As you can see over here, you want this area to come up better. If you want to use a little bit of saturation, not that much, that doesn't help. Probably I should leave it just to process in Photoshop, but these are things that you can do in PixInsight. What I usually do after this, I take this image together with the stars that I got over here, that I've extracted from this image, and go into Photoshop. And here in Photoshop, there we are. The first thing we'll do, we're going to check the levels, and as you can see a little bit over here, it's a little bit high. We lower it a little bit, and then we going into this amazing tool that is camera raw filter, and that's where we can twitch the blacks a little bit. We can twitch the shadows a little bit over here. We can have a look at the contrast, and we can play around with the color grading, and that's a very useful tool. You just have to be a little bit careful when you use it. As we discussed many times before, the way you processing the data, it's your own thing, and you can always, you know, switch it to your liking, and you can play around with the data and see what you come up with. It doesn't necessarily have to always be extremely scientifically accurate, if I can say that. And don't get me wrong, I do like to be as accurate as possible, but sometimes it's good to just experiment. We're using some noise reduction, some colored noise reduction on the vignetting tool. You can you can twitch that a little bit. I'm usually doing that so we get rid of these corners. I think this looks pretty good to me. And the next thing we do, and what I like to do, I like to use the Photochemy start tools, and we have a level stretch, luminance, and to be more clear, this is a quick processing of a lot of data. So if you wanna, I mean, I did process this, I would say 20 times already. I did get some amazing result. I did get some so and so results. This is, you know, like an okay result. There are so many steps that you need to take, and I'm still kind of getting my bearings about the PixInsight and about the Photoshop. I will try to get some of these tools that I'm using and show you in depth in both, and show you the differences. There are a lot of people out there that they know processing the way I'm not to that level yet, but I can still show you some things that can help you get the best out of your data. Another thing that I'm using is space dust, it's called, and you can see over here it creates a little bit of a contrast. Sometimes it's good to use it, sometimes it's not. As you can see, it creates a little bit of too much light in there, so I'm just going to skip it this time. I'm gonna do a color boost over here. And this might be a little bit too much as well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it. I'm just think I'm gonna leave it very nice and plain, to be honest with you, the way it is now. Let's use auto color. Auto color is not bad. We get rid of this you know, this kind of magenta. As you see over here, if you use the auto color, let's use the auto tone. This looks very interesting. What auto tone does, though, it kind of blows up the flame nebula over here. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, that there are so many ways to go about processing an image, and there are so many tools in both PixInsight and Photoshop that it depends. You need to take your time. You need to look at what works best. I kind of like this one. I always like, but as you can see, it's been stretched a lot. If we lower that stretch a little bit, Still, I'm not happy. It's blowing up the flame over here. So let's go back to just leave it the way it is here, and just I think lower a little bit the levels over here. Let me have a look at the individual channels to see where we can touch a little bit. The green seems to be a little back, the blue I think this looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to take the stars and just apply it in top of our image, the nebula, and then we can use the screen. And over here we can twitch it a little bit to go a little bit down. I like the stars to be not too bright, a little bit smaller. And let's put this on the big screen over here, and then we can go merge visible. And I usually, what I like to do is take this image back to PixInsight to apply another dynamic background extraction. We'll do that. We'll name this image Photoshop desktop. We save it on the desktop, then we open the PixInsight and we'll just take this image over here and we will try to do a background extraction to see if it will help a little bit. Subtraction, we don't use normalize. Let's see how it works without. And then over here you can see that it got rid of all that blue in the back. And again, it's something that I'm not sure that I love. It looks more natural, obviously, this way compared to this way, but I still like the way this image looks like this. So I will show you at the end of the video some variations that I have, some other pictures that I got through different way of processing for you to have an idea. And of course, if you do have any questions, if you do have any suggestions, please be free to leave a comment and ask me anything. If you need any help with your astrophotography or anything like that, I'm more than happy to help you. And again, this was like a very brief type of processing. It's not really a tutorial, it's just a processing. I show you the steps that I took to get to the final image, and I will present you more than one image, and hopefully you can let me know which one you like, and so on and so forth. Thank you for sticking around. I'm very glad to be back. I will try to post more regularly and get more into depth tutorials with PixInsight and Photoshop. But in the meantime, I hope you have clear skies, and I will see you very soon. Thank you.